And welcome back, everyone. We're back to the Digimon Partner Series. In today's Digimon Partner Series, request comes from Jim Ulvani, who asked the question, what is the Digimon partner of Ben Tennyson, aka Ben 10, or Ben 1 million plus, because he's technically got over 1 million aliens in there. Ben was a interesting kid, because a lot of people were going to think, well, how do you apply the Omnitrix to a Digimon partner? Because Ben literally has access to over 1 million aliens. So how do you apply that? And my answer simply was you don't. You don't go with the Omnitrix to base his partner off of, although you could definitely lean towards some aspects of it. You go with the character of Ben himself. And Ben, even in his later years, was still very much a bit of a sport. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say he was a big sports kid. He liked playing sports, but he was definitely more of a adventurous kid. Wasn't necessarily the brightest, but he enjoyed skateboarding. So he liked doing all those kind of things. He was definitely a thrill seeker to some degree, and obviously became a hero. And then later on, he matured into Ben 10,000. At least in one alternate version, he did. So, how do I apply that to a partner? Well, I had to start. I was thinking of a mon that kind of represented kind of a cool youth, if you will, and Kumamon or Bearmon came to mind. And I look at him like, yeah, that looks like a kid that looks honestly like a Digimon that Ben would just hang out with. He's got the cool backwards hat. He's good in a little scrap. That makes sense to me. But so real quick, as far as I know, he did used to be Kumamon, but Kumamon, if I remember, is also the name of the Beast Ice Spirit from Digimon Frontier. So I think they changed that, but I do believe this used to be named Kumamon. I have Digimon World Dawn on my just in the other room. You can get this mon in that game, so I'm wondering if I were to play it again, would I find the name Kumamon or Bearmon? Either way, it's Bearmon now. This now leads us down the Digivolution line. Second up would be his champion form, Grizzlymon. Grizzlymon, I think, works still towards the more immature and basic attitude Ben has. He's not a thinker, is the problem. He's not unintelligent, is the problem. He's just lazy and doesn't want to apply himself. And he thinks aliens like Diamond Head and Forearms are a lot cooler to use than something like Gray Matter or Upgrade. So I think something like this, which is still more more muscle than brain, still works pretty well, I think. But then we get to, and by the way, this is all within his Digivolution line, except for the last one. The last one is kind of not said to be in his Digivolution line. But the next one is in the Digivolution line, but it's weird. It's an ultimate level, but it was listed as a Digivolution after the rookie. So I don't know how this works within lore, but LoaderLeomon. Now, LoaderLeomon is a Leomon that's more recent in terms of his conception, but he's a cool Digimon. He's a machine Digimon who is used basically for drilling equipment, but he's got chrome Digioid armor all over him. His main is a drill. It's pretty cool, and it references the idea of Ben evolving past his simple, childlike, what's the best way to put it? His simple idea of might makes right. There is more nuance going on with this than, say, the other aliens or other Digimon that have been on this Digivolution list. But that leads us to the Mega Digimon. And I like the idea of kind of mixing both the mature with some immature still, because that's kind of how Ben really is, even in his older years. BanchoLeomon. BanchoLeomon, there's only a couple Digimon that have Bancho in front of their name, which I believe is a title for the strongest or something along those lines. Had never been defeated, I believe is kind of how they're described. BanchoLeomon. One second. Leomon. if I remember correctly, the title of Bancho is for, because there's only like, I want to say like 6 or 7 Bancho Digimon in total. Yeah, it said the only Digimon who continue to emerge victorious in battles with fierce champions without their spirit being broken are able to acquire the title of Bancho, and it is recorded in the history that only five Digimon which possess the title have been confirmed. As the boss that only serves its own justice, it's something of an obstacle to that justice. It will see them as evil. Basically, yeah. Bancho is the title. More, it's kind of like Kenpachi, the one who does not, one who's not defeated, one who does not die, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's oh man, stupid site. Okay, there we go. It's a title that's reserved only for like the kind of like the strongest and undefeated, but it's still wearing a like school uniform around its shoulders like a cape, like a punk in the street would. So while there's definitely a much more matured aspect to BanchoLeomon that does represent Ben's ultimate journey, there is still that mild level of immaturity, like I think this looks cool kind of thing going on. So that is the Digimon line I would have for Ben Tennyson. This is just my opinion, though. What do you think? Would you do a different Digivolution line? If so, what would it be? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.